This is Perspective Log X, and I am your host, E.A. Crespo. Perspective Log X, Lakers-fandom. Hello, Lakers-fandom. Right, we got the third scorer for the Lakers. We don't have to look for anybody else, but we are going to because we need to fill the team. And if we get Serge Ibaka, then we have four guys who are going to be a threat from different angles of the um, of the team. And I don't know what's going to be the starting lineup, but I think the priority right now is Serge Ibaka, unless the Lakers. We don't know how the Lakers are gonna get Wesley Matthews if he's still in contract or he's gonna opt out or he did already opt out. But if there is a possibility that they can use uh, Cook and Kuzma, they are still having those two for trading. But in the case of Matthew, maybe we don't need to do that. Matthews would be a replacement for Danny Green. Now, a lot of people don't remember this, but is Matthews the guy who was guarding LeBron James in those Bucks versus Lakers games? And he did a good job. I mean, as anybody can do against LeBron, which is, don't let him score over 30 points. But he also was the guy on the Bucks that he was in charge of guarding pretty much the main guy on the other team, like Leonard for the Clippers, like and I think when they were in the Raptors series, and he may have been the guy. I don't know if he was last year or he was still playing for Dallas, I think, before he was there with the Bucks. But the idea is that this guy, I heard some people on the media saying that they still have to get a guy to guard those big wings, but he was the guy guarding the big wings on the other teams, so he can do that. He's 6'4". I don't know how long is his wingspan, but he can do that. So if we get Matthews, it would be very, a well-rounded team, except for the center position, which we would have to see who could be a center replacement and how much money do we have after this thing. I don't think that would be a backup because to get a backup we have to get pretty much all the middle the middle exemption. So I don't know how we could do that. But the one thing is for certain, Dennis Schroder is a good defender. Dennis Schroder can score 20. He even have scored 41 points in a game. So he can score. The other good thing about it is we didn't give up Kyle Kuzma. And I know a lot of people want to get rid of Kuzma, which I never understood. Kuzma was the third best scorer in the team the last season. and he was half of the season injured. So that gotta count for something. And so it's not something that you could. And he was entering into a new system. Now Kuzma is getting, it's gotten used to the system. Now he can practice for that type of system. He can kind of make his drills and everything to accommodate to that system better. But last season he was entering to a new system. He could not practice with the team before the season because of injury. He got injured when he came back, like a week after he came back. Then, when he came back from the injury, he had a number of stages where he had to get better. And once he got a grip of that he was putting 16 points per game in the last few games. The March happened, everything stopped, and for 4 months he wasn't playing. And then the bubble came up. So I think some fans are judging unjustly Kuzma. So now Kuzma, if he's not traded, um, has the opportunity to prove his value. And I don't know how people don't see that Kuzma is a valuable player. There's a reason why other teams want him. You know, there's a reason. You got a guy who is, sometimes it's 6'8", 6'9", according to whoever is measuring him. And he's a slasher. He can, if he cuts to the paint, he can produce either a foul or some points. He's not a bad 3-point shooter, but he was never supposed to be a sharpshooter from three. He never was supposed to be a 40, percent 3-point shooter. So I'm not sure why fans think that he didn't do his job. He got better defensively. It's a lot of things that happen for Kyle Kuzma not to produce what a lot of people expected from him. A lot of people expecting that he would come back from the injury and start, shooting like a maniac and making, 20 points, 25 points. No, he didn't even know the system well. But it doesn't matter because now we have Schroder who can actually be that third scorer because he's consistent in doing that. And he can be that relief that when LeBron James go to the bench, the Lakers can keep scoring their points. The other thing is, while you are sleeping on THT, I'm going to tell you, a lot of you do not respect THT. But THT is going to have a breakout season. And he's going to show that he can be a star. I know a lot of people say, oh, no. He can be a good role player. I'll tell you now, he's going to be a star. You know how? Because he can dribble, he can pass, he can drive to the basket. So the dog heard somebody, thinks he's a big dog. It's like a miniature. All right. So uh, he can he can drive to the basket. He can shoot from 3-point shots. He went when they got him in the G League. He went from making 11 points per game to making 18 points per game. He had a few games scoring 30 points or more. So he was killing that league. He's killing in practice. A lot of people that know basketball think he's going to be a star, but fans seems to think they know better. Um, and it's interesting to me. It's interesting to me. Um, and so THT is going to surprise people. It's probably going to surprise teams because they really haven't gotten an opportunity to see him. But he does a lot of things. He's got an arsenal of things, and he is a defender. He got 2 steals in 7 minutes, and he had 1 block in those 7 minutes and 5 points in 7 minutes. Imagine if this kid plays 20 minutes, you know, 20 minutes, probably 18 points. It's probable. Uh, Still, that 2 steals probably would be an average. And blocks, look, he's got the Charles combination of the body of Charles Barkley and Kawhi Leonard, and he uses it. He makes mistakes like he just. I'm not sure if he's already 20. You know, he did that being 19 years old. Like he is a kid in a man's league, and he is killing every moment he can get the ball in her hand in his hands. Excuse me. So we have Dennis Schroder, and probably there's going to be a moment where they are going to play together. And if we get the good thing about getting Nerlens Noel is that Dennis Schroeder already has chemistry with him. So we could get him. Dwight Howard, people forget that Dwight Howard was a star, and he should be a Hall of Famer, and he's Mr. Double Double, you know, and he proved that he still can be Mr. Double Double. So I would try to get him back, but if we can't get him back, we could get Nerlens Noel, who is, kind of that type of player. And I think Nerlens Noel fits in the defensive schemes of Frank Vogel. But definitely, if we can get Ibaka, I think that would be the best one because because Ibaka is um, he's a floor spacer, so he can help to clear the floor for either Anthony Davis, LeBron James. It's gonna be hard to double how many good, double team the many good players that the Lakers would have if they have that, you know, 4 players playing at the same time, or uh, you know, if they get some other wing that can shoot the 3-point shot. I don't know. I trust Rob Pelinka because he makes something out of nothing, and he found players that were key, that really helped uh, this championship to be possible, and without a big budget, because all the big budget was pretty much two players, Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And they are making space for that third superstar, right? But Dennis Schroder, he might not be considered by many a superstar, but he's got star caliber, And sometimes when you have three superstars, one of them have to become kind of like a secondary uh, star, uh, you know, around the others. So now, the next step, I don't know if Matthews is going to be the next step. The only thing about Matthews is that his contract is not too big. So you don't need to use the whole middle exemption with him. But there are other loopholes for the Lakers to fill up the roster. But I want to ask you, who else do you think the Lakers can get with the budget that fills up the roster and fills the need for wing defenders? One of my suggestions is Mo Harkless. Um, if we can get Mo Harkless there, he can guard different positions like 3 and 4, maybe even 2 sometimes. He can switch around. Nerlens Noel, I think he could switch too, and that's important. And but I trust Pelinka, and I trust the communication Pelinka has with Frank Vogel, and that counts for a lot. We all Lakers know that Rob Pelinka was robbed of being the executive of the year because he took a team that couldn't make the playoffs into a championship team. And he did it even with the dirty job that Kawhi Leonard did on the Lakers. That it didn't work. It didn't work, right? Because they got out. They couldn't even get out of um, the second part of the playoffs, and and the Lakers won it all. So we know that. We know that what happened there, and we missed Kemba Walker. We missed some other guys, but that's okay because the Lakers keep finding these diamonds in the rough, like Taylor Horton Tucker. I'll tell you, and I have done a few videos about him. He is going to be a star. A superstar, I don't know, but he's going to be a star. And that's good. That's good because then we have somebody we can surround, in Schroder and THT and Alex Caruso. We have 3 guys that we can have a security that are going to be important teammates for Anthony Davis, even after LeBron James decides to retire, which I don't know when that is. He might even stay playing for 10 years more. That guy is made out of something I can't understand. Because he keeps being the biggest player, the best player, even though, everything points as he should be kind of taking a backseat in the team, if not retiring. But he's not retiring. And he's still a lot of gas. He still have a lot of gas in the tank. So, I'm going to leave you with these 2 questions, these 2 assignments. Do you think we should go after Matthews Wesley Matthews, or should we go after Serge Ibaka? And if we go after Matthews, should we bring Nerlens Noel to the team? And so that would be my questions. I hope you get a little bit out of anxiety with these trades. I know I think we have a team that could repeat the championship now. We just need some pieces, and we are good to go. Just a side note at the end, I don't think that James Harden is going to go to Brooklyn because, first off, Brooklyn wouldn't have to give Kyrie Irving. They don't have anything else to trade that is of the value of James Harden. And if they keep Kyrie, James Harden, and KD, Kyrie and James Harden are going to have problems because both like to work with the ball on their hands all the time. And that's going to be difficult because they can't have both the ball on their hands. So I don't know. I don't see the Nets getting Harden. And I'm not that impressed with the with the with the with the I'm not that impressed with the Nets. I'm not. They are going to be probably the team getting out of the East, but I'm still don't. To me, they still don't spell championship. I know it sounds crazy, right? Because KD and Kyrie Irving, they should be considered among the teams, a contender, obviously. But for some reason, I don't see it. I see that they are missing something. Maybe, it's me. But you know who the best one to punch are in the NBA? We have them. It's LeBron and AD. And that's all. That's all that there is to it. And one of the things is because LeBron picks the times he's going to defend, but when he defends, he's a monster. And AD defends all the time. And it's hard to not get a block from him. He's a rim protector. JaVale McGee is a rim protector. And if he did get Dwight Howard again, another rim protector. And Nerlens Noel, if we could get this guy Hassan from Portland, that would be a blocking party. Like nobody could score on the paint. That's for sure. So that's all for this show. Tomorrow we'll have another one. We go from Monday to Thursday. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I assume 6:30 on the Pacific. So this is Perspective Log X Lakers-fandom saying, "Go Lakers! Take care of each other and yourself, and may God bless. Bye bye."